Rashee Rice as being one of our most accomplished guys. And I'll tell you what, JD, seeing what this past weekend, he was interviewed by Harold Kuntz, a Kansas City local TV guy. And Rashee Rice, it was a youth camp, and it was his first time he's spoken to the media since all the drama that's gone on this summer. So he was at this youth camp, and he said that he's learned so much from all that. All I can do is mature and continue to grow from that. This is a step in a better direction for me. And also, so that report comes Saturday, and then this week you're seeing Mahomes and him on point with each other. They are clicking like they never like they ended the year last year, and it looks like Rashee Rice is taking whatever happened, and he's kind of put that behind him, and he's like kind of going forward. And one thing that I saw from the reports from mandatory minicamp this week is you're seeing Mahomes hit Rashee Rice vertically. And this is something that you yourself were like, I want to see him more involved other than the quick screens and stuff. I want to see him, attacking downfield. And we saw sometimes last year, we saw a little bit, but we didn't see it enough. And it seems like they are kind of pressing that issue vertically, not with guys just like Hollywood Brown. And it seems like they're doing it with everybody, including Rashee Rice. So JD, another two-parter here. Obviously, what do you got to think? What do you think about what Rashee Rice said to the media about kind of putting this behind him and maturing from all stuff he went through this offseason, and also too the way they're planning on using him this year. What do you think about that?
So I've seen that little bit, that clip of him saying that he's learned from it and he's growing. So that's a good thing. Learn from your mistakes and grow from it. It's so important, especially going forward. I think everybody just wanted him to have some semblance of humility, but also too, to reconcile with what went on. And if he's apologetic, which I think he has been so far, because he's going to be throwing these questions all year. To be honest with you, uh, I think he handled it well. Um, I don't know how much I don't. If you want a guy to be somber to answer the question, I think with Rashid is a guy that he's going to smile at things. He seems like he just got one of those where his smile lights up every time you ask him a question about many things, and it's good that he has a positive outlook because that's the way it should be. Uh, so hopefully he'll be able to put this thing behind him and move forward and learn from it, and don't get into any more boneheaded, silly moves like he did. And so chalk this up to experience that he's learned from, that he put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, and not just people, but himself as well. And so, we need him around. That's very important. As far as like being on the football field and throwing the ball down the field, I love it. I love it. And we, like you said, we talked about this. And so being able to stretch the field with our guys like Rashee Rice, it's a win-win situation for us because he's a big receiver, can go up and go get it. He's got a lot of speed. He can catch the football really well with his hands. It's just another added weapon for what we do. So I said, majority of his catches he got was, the 5 or 10 yards. That was it. That was what he was doing. He was doing slant route, wide receiver screens, curls and comebacks. That was the majority of his receptions last year. Even though he got a lot of yards after the catch, that was what he was regulated to. The good thing about this is now you can't just say, well, look, we're going to play Rashee Rice because it's what they're going to do with it. No. Throw the deep ball with it, okay? Let him go match up one-on-one, go up and go get the ball, or catch one right over his back, outside shoulder. Because I seen he caught a couple balls on the outside. Look pretty. Got his eyes on it. You do that, man. You just add a whole different dimension to what you do and with your offense. It's just a whole different bit of your arsenal. So I love it. I absolutely love it, Marcus. And this, like you said, this is what we've been looking for. We've been looking for getting some deep routes, some deep balls. So here we got the speed. Okay. We can throw wide receiver screens, slants, curls, and all that. Now we need to do the back shoulder throws. Okay. Deep posts, go routes. That's what we need to see. We need to back up the entire defense. And I think I've seen Marquise Brown, Hollywood, was talking about, like, look, we're going to keep the defense on their toes. We're going to back them up all game. And that's what you want to be able to do. As long as you keep the defense off balance and just go attack them where they don't know where it's coming from, man, you already winning the battle. You're already going to win the battle. So that's what I love about this, man. I love about it. So positive news, man, for Rashee Rice.
100%. And I gotta say, and I think Donna pointed this one out. Holly Brown has been keeping Rice close to him, had him in Florida, working out with him after the accident. So yeah, like you said, the veteran presence. Yeah, Hollywood's not the oldest guy, but Hollywood, is a vet in the league, and he's taking him under his wing, and
Yeah,
hopefully that continues. But JD, you talk about Rashee Rice, and obviously it's all maturation process on and off the field. And hopefully you learn from this, but talk about his maturation process on the field. Last year, quick slants, quick screens, maybe some downfield stuff, and not a lot. But
yeah,
it seemed like, and I don't know if this is true or not, but it seemed like Andy Reid, everyone was talking about how hard of an offense it is. Rookies can't really understand it. It takes a while for rookies to get it. And
mhm,
it seemed like they kind of maybe try to make it a little easier, more simpler for Rashee Rice to get it in doing, quick screens, quick slants, not kind of, making it complicated. And now that he's got that under his belt, one season, and then he comes in this year and they're throwing everything at him. Hey, like it's your time. You're taking off the training wheels. We're going to give you everything, the whole route tree. And
mhm,
it's not going to be predictable anymore for defense. It's kind of like what you're saying. It's going to keep defenses on their toes. I'm sure
yeah,
defensive coordinators, they're always looking at patterns and schemes and seeing what players do. And it's not predictable anymore because he's not going to do just slants. He's not going to do quick screens. It's going to be everything, the whole route tree. So I'm really excited to see Rashee Rice in the offense. JD, I, I want to ask this though. So obviously this whole thing's behind him as of right now. It seems he's maturing from it,
mhm,
but the legal process is still being played out. And my thing is like I'm watching Rashee Rice highlights. I'm, reading, listening to his interview on this, but then at the same time, I'm like, gosh, it sucks because at some point that suspension it's gonna loom back on us again. We're like, oh man, that's right.
yeah,
This whole thing happened, and that's something that Hardman, another reason why you bring him back in for that reason alone, not just Xavier Worthy, but
right,
the looming suspension here, and that's something that I had to remind myself, oh, he's going to be suspended for this.
right, right. And so that, like you said, that's probably another why you make a move with McCole Hardman. Okay, it's because we know he can stretch the field too. He was very dangerous stretching the field just in that little sample size he had last year when Patrick didn't play. And you throwing the ball down the field, McCole was torching him. Uh, so yeah, we understand that he's going to be behind somewhat of the eight ball at some point. We don't know exactly when that's going to be. Get the work in now so the guys are ready. Okay, but you're prepared for the worst. That's what you have to do, and I think they're just doing that right now because they have to. They have to, and so uh, it's one of those things that's unfortunate, but it has to happen. It has to happen. So that's why I'm saying, even with that, who's going to be the guy on the bubble? Okay, it's all about competition. About because at some point, hey, Rashee Rice got to pay his dues. Okay, he's got to take the suspension. We don't know how long it's going to be. We don't know how severe it's going to be, but go ahead and get the guys ready. I will say this, man. I made this point. I said it on Twitter. Is this? There was a lot of wearing with the wide receiver room. We keep talking about the wide receiver room. But I don't think we're making enough point about the type of tight ends we have on our roster either. Like we have a very dangerous tight end room. Okay. We got the best tight end in the game right now in Travis Kelsey. We got Noah Gray right there behind him, who's been very solid as a blocker and as a receiver. Okay. We got Irv Smith, who's coming in, who looks like he's very healthy, who can catch a football, he can block and do all the good things. Then we got Jared Wiley, who came in TCU, who's a very young guy who's getting the offense from what Travis said. So I think with those, we got to look at the type of reps, okay, like the fullness of what our offense can bring. Not to mention, the running backs, Pacheco, CEH, LRZ, if he's going to be the guy, Daenerys, like there's guys around us offense that can shoulder the load. We have them. We could literally run 12, 13 personnel, you know, and it wouldn't slow us down at all. Wouldn't slow us down at all. So that's what I don't always just want to just look at the wide receiver as opposed to totality of what our offense can bring. Okay. So we match up really well on tight ends. Matter of fact, we're a matchup nightmare on linebackers, even on the outside, some of my guys on the corner, and these guys can get open. They can catch the football. So we're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna be fine. And I think any of them understands because they've taken it, full stock of what they got. Okay. And they say, hey man, look, we 12 and 13 personnel, we can do. We can bring it in anytime and not lose anything. Matter of fact, we'll gain something on a running game if we need. But we can line those guys up on slot. We can run these guys up outside. We can bring these guys in motion. That's the beauty of our offense. It's the beauty of it. So everybody's got to know what everybody has to do. And so once you get that, everybody's like, okay, cool. We all tuned in. We focused up to what I had my assignments. Everybody understands that, man. Our offense is going to be absolutely seamless, I think. So, um, I just think, when I know we get into hyper wide receivers because that's what everybody's looking at, throw the ball down the field. But we got tight ends, okay? The best in the business. And I said, we got the best tight end room in the football. Not even close. I think our brother, Cal was talking about, the Bills got a couple. Yeah, they got some tight ends up there, but they don't have the versatility we got. Guys that actually block and catch the football both. So our depth is just it. I mean, shoot, here we go. Like I said, Travis, Irv, Noah, Wiley. There you go. So we ready, man. We ready.
Yeah, I think my biggest scare as far as the receivers, and we have very capable tight ends, the best tight end group in the league by far. And I also think people are sleeping on Irv Smith. Everyone's talking about Wiley, which all the hype around Wiley, it's great. I hope it translates to the NFL. But Kelsey even endorsed him this week by saying, he's grasping the playbook way faster than I did when I was a rookie. So that's pretty glowing endorsement from tight end one.
Come on. Come on. And like I said, man, we got to take the full totality of like what the offense gives you. Okay. The type of weapons we have. And so when you had that, you're just dangerous. You're dangerous. We get, 2 or 3 guys get stressed to defense, shoot, and build out tight ends just roam wherever they need to.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good year offensively, man. We shouldn't, there shouldn't be any type of lag in what we do. Okay, it's just going to get better when Rashee Rice comes back or the suspension or anything like that. When it's a full offense, man, it's shoot. Everybody better beware. Buyers beware. Okay, buyers beware.
I guess my whole thing now is with the receivers. I'm not receiver room. They did a great job fixing up this receiver room. I think my scare now is when will that suspension hit? When will it be? How many weeks? And then the Xavier Worthy hamstring thing. I got my eyes, my antennas on both those things. I'm scared.
Concerned.
Yeah,
Concerned.
I'm concerned.
I don't know. I don't like scared. Scared. I don't like that, Marcus. We gotta come on, man. We gotta have yeah. There you go. A little concerned there, but we're scared, man. We ain't dodging nothing. We were scared last year. These guys are gonna be able to take care of business. They are. Okay. I mean, they're the reigning champs. They're going for a 3-peat. These guys got it down. Okay. And they're going to be better because of the type of coach that you have. So, Donna said O-line is concerning for me.
The tackle spot, I would say the only thing that's the concern there is the tackle spot.
No, I get it. It could be a little concerning. I think they still maybe possibly looking at guys, to bring in as support. But we'll just have to see. Lewis Cuthbert said, can we trust Hardman? He only had 124 yards last season in very few games with the Chiefs. Sure, we can trust him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He ended up getting hurt. It just, things seem to happen. It was just like, that guy, again, something happened. It kept him out of the games. But as far as, his production when he's on the field, he can produce. I don't have any problem with it as far as his talent and his ability at all. So
yeah, I trust Hardman. 124 yards in a few games he played. MVS played the entire season, had about 350. So I mean, I think I can trust Hardman. And
yeah, for sure.
And MVS played every rep too. It wasn't like MVS was coming off the field. MVS played like 75 to 90% of our snaps on offense. So yeah, I'll trust Hardman for sure.
Yeah. Andy Brown says, my biggest concern is Andy goes back to overly pass happy Andy. Forget that running game.
That's legitimate.
Mine too. Mine too. We understand that the run opens up the pass. We got great running backs to get the job done. We got to lean in on the running game. I'm the Brown. I'm right with you 100%. Got to lean in on it. And if you don't, I get it because you have a fast offense. You got guys that can catch the football, get the ball in their hands, and make them make plays. But we have guys back there that can tote the rock. So it's going to be that'd be good for us. I think if you have a balance, 60-40, as long as 60-40, 60 pass, 4 run, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. We can't be 80-20, or even 70-30. Nah, that ain't going to be good enough. Okay. So we'll see how Pacheco and those guys are going to do. We'll see.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.